Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This is Christy Gammon, your team leader of doTERRA Essential Oils with Team Share and Shine. I'm thrilled that you could be here, whether you're live or catching the recording, for our Essential Oils Made Easy class. This is our 101 or Essential Oils Basic class. That's perfect for anyone who's just getting to know their essential oils or who maybe has been around for a little while and is just in the mood for a refresh. I invite you to sit back, grab all of your oils that you might have on hand, and let's experience them and get to know more about them together. Let me just share my screen. I have a few slides prepared that will help guide our conversation. And let me just get the right. There we go, perfect. This remains my very favorite class to teach because nothing gets me more excited than thinking about someone else going down the same path that I went down 10 years ago. I was living with a lot of unhealthy habits, and I found myself at just a fork in the road where my doctors couldn't find anything necessarily wrong with me. There was nothing that they could put a label on or a diagnosis or prescribe anything for or do a surgery for. They did so much blood work and testing and all kinds of different things and never came up with anything other than, you're fine, your numbers look great. And I even have, I kept this chart that I was given one time with all kinds of results on it. It has a smiley face at the top. And I couldn't have felt more sad about seeing that smiley face, because I knew even though the numbers were great, which that gives you a lot of confidence and you can feel good about that. But at the same time, I knew how I felt in my body, and I was experiencing a lot of pain, a lot of just mystery, illness and symptoms. And I kind of left that visit with my head hung low, because I felt like I'm just going to have to live with this pain and I'm just going to have to feel this way for the rest of my life. And I was young. I was in late 20s, early 30s in that season of just trying to figure things out, and coming up empty over and over. And so when a girlfriend reached out, by this time I was suffering from mono twice. We were able to put a label on that, but sadly there's not much that can be done for that. And I was also experiencing eczema all over my face and in all the uncomfortable areas of the body. A girlfriend reached out and offered essential oils to me. And they not only helped me in that season with my immune system, my energy, my sleep, and my skin, they also opened my eyes to a whole new world of, let's say, empowerment. That there were so many things within my control that I was ignoring, that I could start making some simple changes in my life and turn things around. So I call my essential oils my gateway, but they truly were the first thing that opened my eyes to natural solutions in the role that I could personally play in my own health and wellness, and that of my family members, friends, and to this day, anyone who will listen to me. I just get so excited by the number of things that are within our control that we get to choose, that can shape our health and wellness and get us feeling better and just living our lives to the full. It makes me so excited. So under this umbrella of empowerment that I'm so excited to share with you tonight, we're going to be going over 3 cool things about our essential oils, 3 ways to use them, and then how to get them into your home. So a very basic class. And we're going to be spending the most time for this class on this one slide. Feel free to take screenshots if you want. This is going to be our 3 cool things about essential oils, and we're going to start with number 1, essential oils are safe. And I'm going to trust that you are able to read your screen. And so I'm not just going to read the words there. I'm going to share some additional information with you as we go along. So that's the peppermint plant. You can see there. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my peppermint essential oil. If you have this one, please do it with me. And we're just going to do this over and over throughout the class. So when I mention an oil, I love to be able to experience them along with sharing information, because I can talk and I can tell you stories all night, but nothing can replace your own personal experience with the oil. So breathe it in deeply out of the bottle. If this is something that smells good to you, or you feel like, oh, this is something that I wish I could have a little more of, I'm going to invite you to just put a drop in your palm, rub your palms together, and then take a deep breath. Absolutely love that peppermint. I'm just going to rub a little bit on the back of my neck because I'm really warm right now. It's a little warm in our house because here in central Ohio, it's very sunny. It hit almost 80 degrees this afternoon, which makes me so happy. And so I just allowed my house to warm up, and then I've got all the lights on in this room to keep it bright. And so it's really warm in here. One of the beautiful physical components of peppermint is that it can regulate the body temperature. Another reason why I love to start a class with peppermint is for some of its mental and physical benefits. It has the power to open up our airways. So maybe you've already experienced that with just your deep breath in, just clearing out your airways, kind of open up your sinuses, open up all the way down into your lungs. It's a beautiful thing. This enables us to get those beautiful aromatic benefits as we sample all the different oils we'll talk about tonight. So we love that. Peppermint essential oil also opens up the mind so that you're going to be able to receive new information, be open for learning. You'll be able to retain that information so that you can recall it later. So maybe you've studied for a test and heard about using peppermint candy. Take a piece of candy and enjoy that while you're studying. Put that same piece of candy in your mouth as you take the test to help with recall. That you get that from the essence of the peppermint plant, which is found in this bottle. So when we harvest our essential oils, we're actually pulling from a live plant by either steam distillation or cold press method to bring that essential oil to life. Now, everything I'm going to talk to you about with these essential oils tonight is going to be specific to doTERRA. And some of the hallmarks of our amazing company are that we harvest our oils sustainably from wherever plants grow indigenously on our planet. So we travel the world and go where these plants naturally grow, and then we work with people who have been lovingly caring for these plants, who know all about climate and when to harvest sustainably, so they're not destroying the plants, but just as I mentioned, lovingly, carefully bringing them to fruition and then allowing them to rest, replanting, just understanding that entire cycle so that the plant is respected and it can come back and keep giving to us year after year. So it's this beautiful relationship between our company, between the growers, between the distillers, and the plants themselves. Part of this relationship we refer to in doTERRA as co-impact sourcing. So as these growers and harvesters and distillers and all of the people who work behind the scenes do what they do, then to give us this beautiful plant power that gets distilled and put into these beautiful brown bottles for us, then doTERRA comes alongside and gives back. And so we get to partner with doTERRA as we purchase the essential oils, and then they give back to these individuals, not only with fair wages. I feel like that's just a bare minimum, of course, I would expect, us to pay fairly. We pay around the calendar, not just during harvesting season, so that these people that we work with can budget and plan, and they don't have to worry about going out and finding additional work, that they can really spend their entire year focusing on what's most important, loving on and caring for these plants. And so we do that in terms of fair wages and wages that come all throughout the year. But then we also look at them as people and as community members and figure out what do they need. And so then we come alongside and make sure we've provided everything from medical clinics to education, clean water, infrastructure. It goes on and on. It's such a passion for me to talk about co-impact sourcing that I have to be careful to not overdo it. So I want to guide you to a website, and this is sourcetoyou.com, and that's all spelled out, sourcetoyou.com. No spaces, the three words just run together, sourcetoyou.com. And you'll find various sections of this website that are devoted to stories. So get your Kleenex out, about how we partner with these growers and distillers and all the people who are a part of the process, and just bringing these plants to life in the form of essential oils for us. And so you definitely want, just pick any one story and enjoy it, or listen to them all over time. You won't be disappointed. And it really reveals the heart of our company, which is such a distinguishing factor between our company and some others. And we had a scientist, a botanist, stand on stage at convention one year and talk about how it's rarely the big player on the scene that takes such care in relationships, whether with plants or with people in their processes. It's usually the big player who's more about, we're just going to get this done because we want to make money. We are the leader, so we don't have to worry about those other details. But the rarity is that doTERRA, even though we are the biggest and the best in the essential oil market globally, we're also the company who cares. And so that's just so heartwarming to learn and see so much evidence of. And so I hope you'll check that out and enjoy it. Now, the second part of sourcetoyou.com, you're also going to find a lot of numbers, a lot of good, juicy details. If you are into testing and test results, you're going to notice that on the bottom, let me hold this up closer, on the bottom of each of your essential oil bottles, you're going to find a batch code. And you can take this batch code to that section on sourcetoyou.com and enter it, and then you get access to a lot of our test results. So this is another distinguishing factor for doTERRA, that we have 3-tiered testing. We have tests that go on in the field with our distillers before any oil is even sent to our company. They're automatically looking for impurities in the field and any reason to maybe not send the batch on for further testing. And so if they pass that first tier, then they come into doTERRA's labs, where we get a turn with these essential oils, and we also send them out to a third party for testing. So there's all kinds of integrity and credibility in our testing process. And those 3 tiers include 8 categories and more than 50 individual tests that are performed to guarantee what you see there on the screen, our CPTG, or Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade standard, which is the gold standard in essential oils. Essential oils are not regulated by the FDA. So it really comes down to each company. How are you handling your product? How are you bringing it to market? And our CPTG standard is the highest in the industry. And what it means in layman's terms is that nothing is being added and nothing is being taken out. You're being given the purest and most potent essential oils. And in addition to all of that, you're given a product that is safe and that is reliable. These same results that we talk about for example, with peppermint, you're going to experience those over and over again because the quality is there. And so just looking at that little peppermint plant on your screen, a lot of people will ask me, what's the difference between essential oils and herbs? Herbs are wonderful as well. I'm a natural healer advocate, and so I love to use a variety of different healing modalities. And so I love herbs, but if you're comparing one to one with herbs and essential oils, herbs are the dried out or the dead plant matter, if you will, whereas your essential oil is still has that lifeblood flowing through it. It still vibrates with its own energy. You can sense that. And so just one drop of peppermint oil is 50 to 70 times more powerful than what you could extract from the herb. And so what that looks like is, in order to match the efficacy of just one drop of peppermint essential oil, you'd have to drink 28 cups of peppermint tea. So I always like to ask, how thirsty are you? And then maybe you want to grab your peppermint essential oil. And fun fact, you can make tea. Just put one drop of your peppermint oil in the bottom of a mug and then fill it with your boiling water. And there you have a beautiful peppermint tea to enjoy. And all you need is one drop. So speaking of efficacy, our second cool thing about essential oils, number one was they are safe. Number two is they are effective. And you know what? I wanted to do something special tonight. Typically, as the seasons pass, and for me, I teach this class over and over again, I like to change it up a little bit. And for those who come back and watch this class multiple times for the refreshing, I like to have different little tidbits each season. And so I'm thinking about, you know, I lead guided meditations on Wednesday evening. I'm a spiritual director, and I love bringing that aspect to everything that I do as well. And so just thinking, a way that I open my meditations a lot is with the question, how do you come tonight? How is it with your soul? And so just thinking about the climate right now, and without having to say anything with regards to the political climate or our healthcare climate, there's just still, we've been saying this the entire year 2020, there's so much uncertainty, there's so much unrest and angst. Even if you're a healthy person, you can experience that. Just walk outside your door and you're like, oh, what is that? What is that? I've had healthy people with all kinds of good things going on in their lives, just saying, I'm experiencing anger or frustration, or I just have this heaviness on me, almost like oppression. What do I do with that? How do I cope? And so I have to brag about my daughter for just a moment. She doesn't even know this, but I caught her. She was sitting out on the patio when she got home from school today, and she was recording a little TikTok video, and she was actually giving a pep talk to her audience, all of her followers out there. She was saying, you know, there's just so much crazy stuff going on, and maybe you're not feeling motivated to do what you have to do. And she had a couple chores she had to do today, and she had some homework. And she said, I have to be honest, I'm just not feeling really motivated right now. And she said, I just have some advice for you. These are some things that I recommend to do if you're not feeling motivated. The wisdom of this little 12-year-old. I was dying. It was so great. So I'm watching out this little sliver of my kitchen out onto the back patio, her just very animated talking to her phone. She said, get outside, breathe the fresh air like I'm doing right now, sitting on my patio, soak up the sunshine, grab a glass of water, take a walk if you need to. She was just ticking off the boxes of all of these healthy things that we can all be doing. And I love how I'm having all of those tools at our disposal. Talk about empowerment. And so just add your essential oils to that list. The beauty of essential oils is that they enhance all of our other healthy habits. So when you're practicing your deep breathing, when you're drinking your water, when you're exercising, when you're managing your toxic load, cleaning your home, using your products, whether it's skincare or hair care or what have you, there are essential oils that can come alongside and companion you in all of those activities. And then I just wanted to layer for something special for this class, November. I just thought it would be nice to touch on the emotional benefits of all of our essential oils. So just to be brief, peppermint is the oil of a buoyant heart. And so just like it might be uplifting and give you a boost of energy, say you're on a long car trip, peppermint oil is a great oil to add to the back of your neck, keep you cool, and just keep you energized and alert while you're on the road. It's also going to uplift your mood and your emotions. It's just going to give you a little more brightness, a little more bounce in your step, if you will. So what I encourage you to do, if you're feeling kind of low today, I have my moments. Today has been really wonderful for me. Typically that has to do with the weather. If it's sunny, I get a little boost from that. If it's cold or rainy or gray, I can tend to be down. Maybe you experience a similar ebb and flow. But in this season, this year of 2020, it's really not mattered what the weather has been like. There have been plenty of sunny days where I've still felt that pull, that really down kind of feeling. And so I would love for you to go right along with me and just experience all of these essential oils, because as I go through them, I think you're going to be really pleasantly surprised by some that you might even consider to be very physical oils, which they are. And take it from me, I came to essential oils needing those physical properties, but just being so blessed by the emotional sides to all of our oils as well. So I just grabbed my On Guard, which is our protective blend. And this is a blend of 5 different essential oils. It's got cinnamon, clove, rosemary, eucalyptus, and wild orange. And it smells amazing. And this is your immune boosting oil, or the protective blend. And so you can read the screen there and see all the amazing things, some of the amazing things that you can do with it. There's always more, but that'll get you started. And then emotionally, On Guard is the oil of protection. And I love to think about On Guard in terms of our vulnerabilities. And so if we are wanting to protect our bodies and our immune systems from environmental threats, whatever might be lurking out there, then On Guard is a perfect oil to use. And you're just going to put that on your palms, breathe it in. This is another good one to put on the back of the neck or the brain stem. You can put this on the bottoms of the feet, on the spine. Breathe it in. You can drink it in your water or in hot tea. Really lovely that way. And there are lots of different On Guard products to help boost your immune system. But then think about emotional vulnerabilities as well. And if you're feeling attacked, or if you feel like, stuff's coming at you from every direction and you're having trouble remaining fortified or strong emotionally, then On Guard is one that can come in and help you with that. Just helping you stay together. We still have to go to work. We still have to take care of our homes and our families and our pets and our plants and all of the different things. And so we want to be fortified emotionally as well as physically. And On Guard is a beautiful oil to help you do that. So why are these essential oils so effective? How is it that they work? I just want to give you a little tiny bit of science tonight. In other classes, we go into a little more depth, especially our emotional class, which you may want to check out. I do teach that a couple times a year, or you can find it on the YouTube channel if you're excited and you want to go back sooner rather than later to that class. But for tonight, for our purposes, let's look at the cell there. This is in the middle of your screen. And you're going to see something on the inside of the cell wall and something on the outside of the cell wall. And because we've looked at bacteria and viruses so much in 2020, you probably recognize that little blob inside the cell is a virus, and the little kidney bean, jelly bean looking blob on the outside of the cell is a bacteria. The wavy lines where it says essential oil is the receptor site for that cell. And the receptor site is kind of like the mailbox or the front door, and that's going to be where your communicators get access to the interior of your cell. So inside the human body, there are specific chemicals or hormones that are allowed to access the interior of the cell. Those are called ligands, and they carry messages throughout the body. And you want that to happen. You have two different forms of communication inside the body that's going on all the time. So let's say you're about to put your hand down on a hot burner. Do you really want to wait for the brain to send out a communication to the cells in your hand to say, ooh, that's starting to feel warm. Maybe let's not lay our hand down on that because we could get burned. We don't want that to take a long time. We want that to be instant. So we have these instant messages that go out that keep us from laying our hand on something hot and getting a burn. And then we also have this vast network of communications that goes on with all kinds of different information to keep the integrity of our cells intact, to promote health and wellness throughout the body. And so we have these chemical messengers, hormones, that are allowed to have access. Here's what's beautiful. Our essential oils are recognized by the body, and so they are also given access to the interior of our cells. So we're going to talk about modern medicines just briefly. These are pharmaceuticals, prescriptions, over-the-counter drugs of all kinds that are created in labs. Another fun fact, they're created based on what we know about plants. That's what scientists model in the lab whenever they create a medicine. They try to create something that's as close to what we have in nature because that's what really works. And then they try to replicate it. Unfortunately, modern medicines are too large. Anything we create in a lab is too large to be able to pass through our cells, to be invited in to our cells. Too large to cross the blood-brain barrier, too large really to pass through a lot of different barriers in the body. Whereas our essential oils can cross the blood-brain barrier and can receive access to our cells. The other unfortunate part about modern medicines is that in addition to wiping out anything that's bad, they also wipe out anything that's good. They're not smart enough to distinguish what's a bacteria floating around and what's actually helping this person. So they just wipe it all out. And so we have to kind of deal with the recovery of not only what we're battling in terms of an environmental threat, be it bacterial or viral, but then we've also got to recover from the medicine itself and just bring our immune system back up. And so I want to just briefly talk about 3 different types of chemical constituents that you're going to find in your essential oils. Now, there are many more. These are just 3 broad categories that I'm going to talk about. One is the phenylpropanoids. This family of oils have the specific duty of cleaning receptor sites, which is wonderful because receptor sites can get clogged by toxins or use of plastics or microwaves, just eating processed foods, sugars, unrefined sugars, refined sugars, things like that. So we want to keep those receptor sites clean. So the phenylpropanoids come in and their main duty is to clean our receptor sites. Sesquiterpenes then are a second chemical classification, and their job is to come into the cell and erase and delete any bad information. So that's awesome. And then we have a third group, chemical category, called the monoterpenes, and their main agenda is to also come inside the cell and reprogram or reestablish that cell to its healthy state. And so in addition to wiping out the bad, the benefit of your essential oil is it's also raising the level of anything that's good and just improving the quality and the integrity of your cells. And so way more than what a modern medicine could do, an essential oil can come in and not only knock out what's going wrong, but then bolster and improve what's going right, so that when you use an essential oil, you're coming out ahead instead of having to worry about something more to recover from. Now, because our beloved aromatherapists at doTERRA are not just aromatherapists, they're scientists, they're chemists working in the labs. They're not just putting together blends like On Guard that smell amazing and make us want to diffuse them and ingest them and wear them topically, but they also are thinking about chemical constituents and what oils are going to come together and work really well together. And so sometimes your blend of oils is going to touch on all three of those categories. And that's why results with doTERRA essential oils can sometimes be instant and permanent. Very exciting. And then our third cool thing about essential oils, let's check my timing here, is that they're affordable. And we're going to talk about two essential oils in this little example. We're going to break out our lavender and our tea tree. And these two oils I'm just going to use together. So go ahead and grab a drop of each of these, and I'll just give you the emotional benefits here. Lavender is the oil of calm and communication. So it not only helps calm down maybe anxious feelings or trouble, what do I want to say, like assimilating and processing information in the brain, just calming the brain, but it also then helps you communicate clearly the ideas that you're trying to get across. So maybe, for example, you're having a conversation that is really important, but it starts to get a little, I don't know, harried or confrontational, whatever. And you want to make sure you keep your cool. Lavender is a perfect oil for that. And then companion oil, tea tree, is the oil of energetic boundaries. And so think of your tea tree or melaleuca, just two names for the same product, providing a protective barrier around you. And so just like maybe a virus or a bacteria could invade and harm us physically, there are also lots of negative energies in the world. Can I get a witness to that? And so we also want to protect ourselves from those negative energies, because that's what can bring us down. Even if we're thinking, well, maybe I'm having a pretty good day. Why am I feeling so low? We could be absorbing the energy just from the universe because the collective right now is so off balance, or it could be from a specific person. So just to protect yourself from those negative energies that are hovering, tea tree or melaleuca is a wonderful choice. Just going to rub those on the back of my neck and breathe them in as well. And so I'm going to use these two oils as companions to also give you an example of counting the cost when we compare how affordable are these essential oils with a modern medicine example. So let's take ear discomfort, something that probably most people are familiar with. And you know, the telltale signs, either you're feeling it yourself or your little one does that little tug and you know what's coming. This is something that's so common in most households. So I like to use this as my example. So say we're going the modern medicine route. We see that initial telltale sign. And so we schedule a doctor appointment and then we wait. When we get there, we're going to pay a copay. And so let's just throw in some rough numbers here. Maybe that's $25. And then we're going to wait, and then we're going to get called in. We're going to maybe talk to a doctor or a nursing staff member, and then we're going to wait, and then we're going to get the diagnosis. And then most likely for an ear discomfort situation, we're going to be getting a prescription written out for us. And quick research, what's the most common prescription for ear discomfort? Whether or not you have great insurance, you're going to pay anywhere from $5 to $20 on the low end to $50 to $110 on the high end. You're going to get that slip of paper, then you're going to head to a pharmacy where you're going to wait, then you're going to pay. and then finally get that first dose. So a couple things when we deal with antibiotics, we have both short and long-term effects on our immune system. The short term, we already talked about in the effective section, where it's going to wipe out the good along with the bad, so we're going to need an immediate recovery plan. And then long term, sadly, the body can develop resistance to antibiotics. And so worst case scenario, later in life, if you are really battling something serious, if you had a lot of ear discomfort when you were younger, you might have built up that resistance and you might not have access to that medicine when you really need it. And so we really don't want to end up there. So net effect, if we continue this cycle of suffering from something like ear discomfort and we keep using modern solutions such as an antibiotic, then it's going to trigger this vicious cycle. We're just going to become more and more dependent on the system, which I refer to as a sick care system versus a healthcare system. So we're just waiting for something to go wrong, and then we're reacting and going to a place for help that's going to give us something that is actually going to, the net effect is going to bring our immune system down. It's going to compromise our immune system. And all the while, our healthcare costs just keep going up. And so let's contrast that with a very simple treatment for ear discomfort being your lavender and tea tree. You would just need to turn the bottle upside down and get you 1 drop of each oil and go around the outside of the ear. You never want to put essential oils in the ear canal. It's not designed to receive liquids. So you just want to go outside, around the outside, or if you want to, you can put a drop of each oil on a cotton ball and then nest that inside the ear. And that will absorb in through the skin and it will get where it needs to go to do what it needs to do. And the relief is almost instant. It's a beautiful thing. And so what are the benefits to just being able to walk down the hall? You know what you're dealing with. You're seeing the sign there. Okay, I know what to do about this. I'm going to grab these 2 oils. I'm going to walk right down my hall. I'm going to grab these 2 oils. We get to use your own personal touch, lay a hand, give a hug, maybe say a prayer. You get to stay home and manage the process from the occurrence to deciding what to do about it, to addressing it in whatever way you choose, and then the recovery process can be right there, playing with siblings or friends, or if you need to lay on the couch or in the bed for a little bit, you get to do that within the comfort of your own home. And this is why we say with a book in a box, we can solve nearly 80% or more of the most common issues, ailments, or wellness goals that we have. This is the book that I recommend. This is Modern Essentials. It's so easy to use. Now, you want to have this because say you have a kitchen and you're in charge of preparing meals for your family. If all you had were a bunch of different food items and some appliances and kitchen tools and no recipes to follow, how fun would that work? How satisfying and effective would that work in your kitchen be? Not very. And so you want a book. Now, if you buy this online, it's still affordable in the scheme of things, but you're going to pay about $35 plus tax and shipping. Don't do that. As a gift to our team, several of us go together and we get the biggest box of these books that we can. So we always have these books on hand and they give us a price break on them. And so you'll only pay $20 total for this book, which is a steal. And so when you realize, oh my gosh, I need to have one of those books, you reach out either to me directly or to the person who invited you to this class and let them know that you need a book, and we will get you one for only $20. We do not make money on these. We just pass on the savings to you because we know how important it is for you to have this information. And then we'll go over it with you when we sit down and meet so that you know there are sections where you can look up each individual oil, whether that be a single oil or a blend or a supplement. And then in the back, you can look up any ailment or issue that you can think of that might come along for you and your family and find out what to do about it. It's beautiful. And then my emotional information tonight is coming from this book, which I also highly recommend. They don't do bulk discounts on this one, or I would buy this one for you too. Since they don't, you can just go to aromatools.com. It's a wonderful sister site to doTERRA, which has lots of goodies that will support your essential oil use. And then you can pick up this book either there, that's aromatools.com, or it's available on Amazon as well. And it's in the $20 range as well. It's just an amazing resource. Highly recommend. And so bottom line, oh, and then this is my little, I always like to show my little cute little oil box. So this holds, what do we have in here? 16 oils and then 6 rollers at the top. So really just with a book and a simple box of oils, you can handle so much that comes along. This is the empowerment that I'm talking about. And so the net effect when you use essential oils and natural solutions is that, especially due to those 3 classifications of chemical classifications of our oils that we talked about, the phenylpropanoids, the sesquiterpenes, and the monoterpenes, we know that we have the ability to experience more health and more freedom the more we use our essential oils. And the net effect is that over time, our healthcare costs are going down. That's a beautiful thing. And that's what I want for everyone. That's what motivates me. That combination of the burden on you in terms of your healthcare cost for you and your family going down, and at the same time, your health and wellness and your freedom is increasing and expanding. That's what I want. So let's move on. We only have a few more points to make to wrap up our class. There are 3 ways to use essential oils. We'll just look at them all at the same time. The first is aromatic. We've been experiencing that together. We all have our own built-in diffusers in the palms of our hands. Just to put a drop and breathe in deeply is beautiful. If you like to diffuse, that's another wonderful way to use your essential oils. I've got a little diffuser going here with my wild orange and peppermint in it. Perfect combination for a class. Benefits of aromatic are that they boost your mood and cleanse the air, and as well as support your respiratory system. Topically, this you just want to use common sense. If you're having head or neck tension, if you're experiencing pain and inflammation in your back, if you have a sore knee, if you have an upset stomach, you're going to apply the oil that you choose to that area of your body. Now, to keep things safe, got a couple tips for you. Let's talk about dilution. A lot of times people see the word dilute and they think that means we're reducing the efficacy. In this circumstance, we're actually just talking about spreading the oil over a larger amount, over a larger area of the skin, and slowing the absorption rate into the body. So peppermint, if you haven't experienced yet, is a cool oil. On Guard is a warm oil. So in either case, you may want to slow down the absorption so that in case your skin is sensitive to either that cool feeling or warm feeling. And any carrier oil is good for that. doTERRA has fractionated coconut oil. This always stays in liquid form. It doesn't smell like coconut, which some people are sad about that, but think about it. You want it to be able to blend easily with any of the oils that we have. So it's better that it doesn't have a scent. But if coconut oil is a turnoff for you, then you'll be glad to know that this actually doesn't have any scent to it at all. So it's a perfect companion. If you don't have any of this on hand yet and you need something to dilute, say you get a drop of oil accidentally in your eye, or even one of those hot or cool oils, getting it in the web between your fingers can be sensitive. And so milk is a great thing to use, or really any kitchen oil. Jojoba and grapeseed oil are beautiful, but really any will work for you. And then this is just something convenient to add to your next order if you don't have it already. Another way that I love to use oils topically is with my plain lotion. I think doTERRA is so genius for introducing this. You can combine it with any oil at any time to address any number of situations. Gives you all kinds of freedom to play with that, and it's really hydrating and moisturizing. It's a wonderful, wonderful lotion. Let me just see. I want to make sure I cover all of my safety tips here. Yeah, just one more in this category. As I mentioned during the ear discomfort example, we never want to put essential oils in our ears. We also don't want to put them up the nose or in the eye. So topical applications, if you're trying to maybe breathe easier, you can put it on top here, little swipe below, but never up in the nose. And same with the eye. If you're having an eye issue, out around the side, just follow the bone structure and stay outside of that, and that oil will absorb in, go where it needs to go, and do what it needs to do without getting in your eye. Okay, and then internal use is our third cool way to use our essential oils. And there's lots of ways you can do that. I mentioned drinking in water. I always use either a stainless or a glass or ceramic container. So if you're having tea or hot cocoa and you want to add an oil, just a little fun, peppermint or wild orange are both delicious in hot cocoa. Cheers. I've got my grapefruit oil in my water as per usual. But like I said, peppermint, on guard, beautiful in tea. We'll talk about lemon, great in tea as well. You can put an essential oil in a spoonful of honey and take that. You can add your oils to veggie caps and take them that way. Lots of options. The reason why we can ingest doTERRA essential oils, you're just going to want to look on the side of your bottle for the label that says supplement facts, and then you'll know that it's safe to ingest. We only have a few oils in doTERRA who don't have that supplement facts on the label. That doesn't indicate a poison control situation. It just lets you know that those oils don't process through our digestive tract the way that we would like. And so if you were to accidentally ingest them, or a child or a pet, you might just keep an eye on them for an upset stomach. Most people don't have any reaction at all. It's just out of a lot of caution that doTERRA likes to put that safety label or safety cap on just a couple of our oils. Just to remind you, it might not be the most pleasant going through the digestive tract. So just to keep that in mind. So we're going to do popcorn style because I want to make sure I'm covering most of your top 10 oils. If you got a starter kit, you're getting the basics on all the oils that you have. So lemon, I'm going to let the screen speak for itself as far as the physical benefits. Just to note that all citrus oils, no matter which one you grab, is going to be cleansing and detoxifying to the body, as well as to the air and even to your home. You can use it in all of your green cleaning efforts, along with your On Guard, to green clean your home. So I'm just going to be enjoying a drop of each of these as we go. And then I want to share the emotional benefit as well. Lemon is the oil of focus. So if you've got a lot of information that you're trying to process, or maybe you're feeling just overwhelmed or overloaded, and you need to cut through and get things done, lemon is a wonderful companion for that oil of focus. And I'm going to point out that we're going to do 6 oils here, popcorn style, and these first 2, lemon and frankincense, are examples of oils that are great internally. And so let's grab out our frankincense. Everything there on the screen, and frankincense is known as the king of oils. It helps almost every system in the body. So when in doubt, get your frankincense out. King of oils. And emotionally, it's the oil of truth. So if you're trying to decide right now, what is true? What's true about me? What's true about the world? What's true about the news? Whatever information that you're trying to evaluate, if you are trying to come back to center and come back to truth, then frankincense is a wonderful companion for you. Next up is digestion, and these two oils are going to be examples. Now you can see the little ATI, so some of these check all three boxes: aromatic, topical, and internal. But these two oils that I'm going to talk about next are wonderful examples of topical oils. So digestion, yes, does everything you would think it would do to help support the digestive system. If you've got something going that you need to stop going too much, if you've got something that's not moving that you need to move, anything in between, digestion is your friend. You can put that right on your tummy. That's what I like to do. Or you can even take it internally. You can diffuse it. You can smell it right out of the bottle and just get that immediate benefit. Emotionally, digestion is the oil of assimilation. And so think about that. What's it doing for you physically? It's helping you assimilate your food and process it smoothly. And so as you receive, did I tell you there would be a theme emotionally with all these oils? So maybe you're being inundated by information and you're feeling stuffed. You're just feeling overloaded, like every day is Thanksgiving dinner of information, news that you have to sort through and try to figure out. And so to be able to assimilate that, to make sense of it and process it smoothly and let go of what doesn't serve you and only hang on to that nourishment, that information that's going to serve you and support you. That's what digestion can help you do emotionally. So cool. And then deep blue is the other one. That's a great example of a topical oil. Perfect aromatically as well as topically. This one has a safety cap on it, so this is one that you would not necessarily want to ingest, but it's perfect for pre and post workout or for any type of recovery, whether that's muscles, joints, tendons, bones, what have you. Great for just general pain and inflammation. Emotionally, deep blue is the oil of surrendering pain. And so I like to think about if you have a sore muscle and it's just contracted and it's stiff, putting something like deep blue is what helps it relax and come open. And so if emotionally you're feeling stiff and stuck, then breathing in deep blue or applying it to the body just helps you let go of that emotional pain and recover. Our last two oils that we're going to do popcorn style, we have Breathe, which is our respiratory blend. You could probably guess that, and it does just what you would think it would do to support the respiratory system in every way. And these are really great aromatic oils. Yes, they're perfect topically as well. And the last one's going to check all three boxes, but great friend to the diffuser. Breathe is wonderful. I'm just going to do a drop of that. And especially if you're live or watching this before bedtime, Breathe and Deep Blue, really, if you've had any, I carry all my stress in my shoulders. So if you have any neck or shoulder tension, Deep Blue is a wonderful oil to put on the neck and the shoulders before bed. You could add some Breathe either to your diffuser or to the back of the neck and shoulders, and it just really helps open all of that up, whether you're relieving pain and tension or you're opening up airways for better breath. Either way, that's going to contribute to a better night's sleep for you as well. And Breathe, you might guess, emotionally is the oil of breath. And so what it's really supportive for emotionally is grief. And so I think about what's the thing if you're crying really hard, what's the thing about your breath? You're probably holding it, or you're not getting good, full, deep breaths. You know, when you think about the epitome of grief and just really crying hard, it's hard to get a good breath. And so you think about the support that you get from Breathe physically, opening up those airways. It also comes and consoles emotionally, and it enables you to open up, grieve properly, by breathing through it. And you're not only inhaling the beautiful aroma and all the gifts of the Lord, the peace, the calm, the grace, but then you're also letting go of that, like that debilitating weight that's on you. Just letting go of the hurt, the sadness, all of those heavy, sad emotions. Breathe is just a wonderful oil to help you process. And then last one we're going to do real quick is wild orange, sunshine in a bottle. One of my very favorites. Never pass up an opportunity to get a drop or two of wild orange. And breathe that in and put that on the back of the neck. And hopefully by now, like I am, you're feeling like $1,000,000. Hopefully you've had all of these oils, or at least some of them, or if you've got others on hand, put on whatever you have on. We can't get enough during these crazy days, and there's just so much support waiting for you inside each one of these bottles. I feel amazing. I hope you do too. We'll wrap with wild orange. Like I said, with lemon, the same holds true for all citrus oils. Cleansing and detoxifying for the body, for the air, for your home. And then we have some additional benefits here for wild orange. And then emotionally, it's the oil of abundance. And so if you're having any type of scarcity mindset and thoughts, things like, I'm not good enough, or I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough resources, or I don't have enough money, I'm not good enough. Any of those thoughts are scarcity thoughts. Wild orange reminds us that we live on a planet that is abundant. And the truth is, if we stop and just get centered and grounded in any one moment, we realize we have everything we need. So it's just a beautiful lesson that we learn from the orange in nature. It's just an abundant fruit, so good for us, and just that reminder that we have everything we need. Thank you. Breathe that in and believe it. And a lot of times when I teach people about affirmations, something that I pass on is you just need to tell ourselves the truth until we believe it. So maybe in this moment, you're still feeling a little rattled, totally understandable. We're all living on shaky ground these days. Just keep telling yourself the truth until you believe it. Just keep doing all those healthy practices that Kate talked about on her video, that I love teaching about in all my classes, and weave in those essential oils to just support you even more. So I would love for you to take a moment and just write down, what are your top 3 health concerns or goals? I'd love for you to be able to think back over the oils that we've covered and match up what we talked about and maybe what's going on for you. And so what are some of the oils that you would be drawn to in this moment, or if you have questions about your specific concerns or issues, you're not really sure what oil to use, just write those down so that you have a frame of reference for your next conversation, either with me or whoever invited you as your wellness advocate. We are here to serve you. It's not just a one and done, oh, we're so glad you bought your kit of oils, good luck to you. No, we're here for the long haul. I absolutely love teaching and sharing, so I do this all the time. I'm here most Tuesday evenings with a variety of topics for you, and just opportunities to keep asking questions and learning and growing and just addressing whatever's coming up for you, your family, your loved ones, and your health. And then just take a moment and think about what it would be like to live a life without those health concerns dominating. Wouldn't that be cool? While you think about that, I want you to take some notes on your concerns, goals, and maybe some oils that you have questions about. Make a few notes, and then imagine what it would be like to live without them. While you do that, I'm going to just talk briefly about, this may surprise you, our #1 selling product. It's not our essential oils, it's our supplements. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I'd love to have you back next Tuesday. I'm going to be teaching an entire class dedicated to our lifelong vitality, and you'll be amazed. It's easily a 1-hour class because there's just so much to say. We go over the ingredient lists. We talk about how these amazing bottles of nutrition work in the body. There's a lot of science in this class, and you're going to love it. You're going to eat it up. You definitely want to try these supplements. There's no risk. You can get them free. If you buy them, you get, it says 30-day satisfaction guarantee, but I think you have 45 days to try them, and you get to take them all. And if they're not working for you, you can send them back and get a 100% refund. So nothing to lose, but everything to gain. My husband and I both take these. I can't imagine my life without them. They really do change just about everything. And you have those top 4 just general wellness benefits there: energy, focus, relief, and well-being. I feel like you have to also talk about sleep and digestion, because those things are just radically changed for many people. And then everything you see there on the screen, they're truly life-changing. I'm a different person because I take these supplements, along with doing the daily health habits that I do. But these are foundational, and so I never like to teach a class without mentioning them, because it might be an afterthought for you. You might see them and be like, oh yeah, well, every company, they have this, that, and the other, and then they throw in their own line of supplements. But supplements are basically all the same, no big deal. These really are not all the same. And that's what I'll go into a lot of detail about in next week's class. So I hope you come back and join me for that. So 3 easy ways to get these oils into your home. Of course, there's a retail option. We have hairdressers and salons and massage therapists and on who sell the essential oils in their retail environments. So of course we offer that, but I would never recommend that that's the way for an individual to buy. You want your own wholesale account, and so you're getting the best products for the best prices, just like Costco. You have your own account or your own membership, if you will. The beauty is that there are no minimums. There's no requirement to purchase monthly. When you sign up, you get those 12 months included. If you choose a kit, then they waive the $35 fee for your first year. And then, or if you want to pay the $35, you can just pick and choose a la carte, whatever you want in your order. Your second year and beyond, you only pay $25 to renew your membership, and you get a free bottle of peppermint. And the value on this is $21. And so you're really only paying about $4 to maintain your membership. And as long as you order once a year, it remains active. And so there's really no pressure to be ordering at a certain pace or following any minimums as far as guidelines go. Now, if you want to go up one level and do wholesale plus, that's how I buy my essential oils. You do not have to be a wellness advocate. You can be a wholesale customer and do the wholesale plus option. And what that includes is our loyalty rewards program. Now, it does have some minimums to it because doTERRA is very generous in giving back. So they give you back points so that your shipping is for free. They give you points so that you get tremendous amount of product for free, up to 30%. And so you're not only getting that 25% off retail in your wholesale discount, which is all the time, but then you can earn up to 30% back in rewards points. So then in essence, you're getting your products, your oils and products for up to 55% off retail. So if you're interested in that, we can talk more about that and how to set up your first loyalty reward order. Very fun. So I want to just mention briefly, if it's time for you to get your own account, maybe you've been thinking about it and you're thinking, wow, I definitely want several of these oils. It does make a lot of sense, instead of paying $35 and getting 2 or 3 bottles of oil, to get that $35 waived and pay essentially the same amount and get a whole collection of oils and a diffuser and maybe even some other products. So what I just like to introduce is, how serious are you about your health and wellness goals? What kind of budget do you want to invest in yourself, in your quality of life? And then we'll match up the kit that's right for you. And as you look at these, if you don't feel like one of these kits is a perfect fit for you, then we can still do the custom option. So Healthy Start, most of the oils we talked about tonight, and a great diffuser. Then you've got Healthy Habits. If you're interested in the supplements, this is a wonderful collection that gets you 5 of our top oils, some of our supplements, and our very popular Deep Blue Rub. And I have a great handout that goes with this kit that helps you with a daily wellness plan, so that you know, okay, I'm going to take this at this time, I'm going to do this at this time. If you're transitioning from modern medicines and just wondering, how do I bring these essential oils and products into my daily life? What does proactive healthcare look like? I'm used to this sick care model where I don't really pay attention on a daily basis, and then if I do get sick, then I go and get something. So this is going to be an introduction to what a wellness lifestyle looks like. Oh, there are things that I do on a daily basis to just support myself that are lovely things, very pleasant things, things that you look forward to. How do I fit those into my daily routines? And so I benefit from them over the long haul. This is a great place to start. Healthy Essentials Kit is one of my favorites. These are oils for your mind, body, and spirit. So you get the little larger bottles for your investment, but I love comparing Healthy Essentials to the Healthy Start, because these are the 5 ml bottles. So just to give you a comparison to look, so this Healthy Start kit has the 5 ml bottles, and that's $160. If you bump up to Healthy Essentials, you're getting the larger 15 ml, and you are not paying 3 times the cost. This is only $250. So for less than $100 more, you're going to get 3 times the amount of oil plus a bigger diffuser. So that's kind of fun to think about. Healthy Home, if you're really trying to overcome your toxic load and do some simple swaps with products around the home, in your kitchen, in your bathroom, in your cleaning supplies, you're going to get the big bottles of those top 10 oils, a great diffuser, and lots of simple swaps. You'll see a lot of On Guard there. Natural Solutions is the kit that I chose when I signed up with doTERRA. So I always highly recommend this kit. Has a little bit of everything. I felt so equipped and empowered from day one with this kit. So you can see on the screen there, you've got a nice collection of oils. They even give you a wooden box. You've got just a sampling of every product line that doTERRA has to offer, including the supplements, and another great diffuser. So I always like to say, if you're really serious about making that lifestyle shift, then this is the kit for you. One final option, if maybe you're not interested in any of the bigger kits, but you would still like to save that $35, this is a great route. You can do Simple Solutions, get the $35 waived. You'll get 4 of our top oils and products. You're going to touch on pain and inflammation, digestion, mood, mental health, cleansing and detoxifying, immune support, and sleep support, all in that little collection of 4 things. And then you can add on whatever you like. So if you're specializing and you want to do more digestive support or more for sleep and stress, what have you, those things we can help you add custom products to the order. And then just want to mention, as we all start to think about the holidays and gift giving season, I just have to do another shout out for our brand new wellness programs. If you already have your own membership, you can start these immediately you'll create a loyalty rewards order and then put one of the wellness programs in your cart. Or you can get up to 4 of any one of these wellness programs and you can get all 3. So if you're thinking about giving someone the gift of health for the holidays this year, this is such a great way to do it because they get these cute little bags and they're stuffed with whatever you would want. Just show down in there. It's got all kinds of oils and products. You get free mini things, you get exclusive things that you can't buy otherwise, and these just make amazing gifts. And the value on them is incredible. So you're going to pay $75 per kit, but the value is anywhere from $85 to $130 and up. So a huge value. If you don't have your account yet, you're going to want to do that in November, and then you'll be able to order these starting in December. And you can put them all on one order and have them delivered to your home and then mail them out or give them as you visit with friends and family members, or you can create separate orders and have them mailed directly to the person's home. So what an amazing way to give the gift of health. Very convenient. You don't have to think, oh, this person really needs help with their immune boost, but I don't know what to pick. And I want to spend this amount. It's all done for you. These are just perfectly, beautifully curated according to these 3 themes. And then more will be coming in the new year. We love this format. And so this line is going to grow. If you have questions about that, reach out. There's lots of different ways to work these programs, and I'm happy to go over that with you in more detail. So as we wrap up the class, I always like to point out that there are typically 3 types of people who attend. Those who want to live the wellness lifestyle, that's probably everyone who's willing to carve out some time on a weeknight or whenever you're watching this to just listen and learn about essential oils. Then there are those of you who were like me during my first class, and I was thinking of my mom and my sister and several friends. Oh my gosh, I got to get this oil for this person. This person has to try this. They've reached the end of their rope. They've also been told, we can't help you. There's nothing for you. They should at least try this. It gives people hope that there's something out there that we can try. Sometimes we get to that point of desperation. And if you have a heart for others and you know someone you love is suffering and you could possibly have something that would help them, then you might be a natural sharer with your essential oils. And so many people are. We bring the essential oils into our lives and our homes. We experience the benefits and we can't help but share with other people. And so the benefit to that, if you want to be strategic about it, I can help you get your products paid for. And so if just a couple of people want to sign up with their own account, then we can structure it so that you make some money and get your products paid for. That's very exciting, just for being a good friend. And then others of you have that business mindset. I teach an entire class on the business model that's offered by doTERRA. It's incredibly generous. And so I highly recommend, if your pain point maybe is more financial than health-wise, this is an incredible opportunity. It has really changed things for my family and lots of the people that I know who are part of the doTERRA family. So if you're interested in learning more about structuring a business, please reach out and I'd love to have more of a conversation with you. You can not only earn an income, but start making an impact on your life and on the lives of others. It's really rewarding and fulfilling work to be doing. So I'd love to give you a free gift if you're interested in maybe either sharing or building and you just want to dip your toe in and see what that might be like. I recommend hosting a class. And how easy is it? Since most everything is just meeting online right now. You don't have to clean your house. You don't have to bake and put out snacks. You just have to show up, and we'll do it online. We can use my Zoom platform. You can invite a few friends and family that you really want to learn, and then I can do the teaching for you. And so you let me know, and we'll put something on the calendar. If you raise your hand and say, yes, I would love to do that, then I've got a keychain for you. And for as many people who attend your class, I'm going to fill that keychain with beautiful samples of oils that you would love to either have on hand for yourself or to share with others. So let me know if you're interested in that. And then I'd love for you to text me, and that would be text me if I'm the person who's invited you tonight, or if you've had someone else. We have lots of leaders on our team who invite to these monthly classes. So if someone else has invited you, then I'd love for you to reach out and just connect with them. Send them your top 3 health concerns or goals that you're working on, and just have them help you. We live to be able to research and help, maybe give you challenges or just tips on how to use the oils that you already have. Or if there's a need that you're recognizing that you need to fill, then maybe we can help you find out something that is missing from your current arsenal. I'd be happy to help you do that. So what you're working on in terms of your goals or issues, and then what type of person you are. If you see yourself as just trying to live that wellness lifestyle, or if you're interested in sharing or building, let us know so we can take those next steps with you. And then finally, if you're ready to enroll, if this is your time to get your own account, then if you're thinking about a kit or need help customizing, let us know that as well. And then that'll prepare us, and we can serve you really well when we get back to you. Because I'm asking you to do something, I want you to know what I'm willing to do for you. And so everyone who joins our team is going to get a warm welcome. You are guaranteed personal consultation. These wellness consults are free. We love to just sit down with you and dig into your personal information. Like I said, we don't just say good luck to you. You know, you signed up and you got your kit. We hope the rest of your life goes great. No, we're here for you. We're called wellness advocates for a reason. We're here to advocate for your wellness on an ongoing basis. So reach out with questions. Let us do that consult with you so that we can help you use the products that you've already invested in and make really good use of them. You've got access to free education and training and ongoing support, as well as just a vibrant community, and we love to do giveaways on a regular basis. So love to get you connected. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, as well as YouTube. If you need any specific addresses or links, just let us know. And that's all that I have for this class. If you've been here with us live, let me just stop this screen share for us. Then thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I want you to stick around. As soon as I turn off the recording, I will promote you to panelists so that I can answer any questions that you might have face to face. And then for those of you who were catching the recording, I'm going to sign off and just remind you to reach out, because either I or your wellness advocate would love to connect with you and take whatever next steps are most appropriate for you. So thanks everyone, and be well.